Wamu aso ye mu pa se yemfa nkomodie nyina no emfa do. Bacho wo ye obi a ene ya ye kase se eba no etrebo a bacho wo ho nimde wo ya ade pa eba no cornrows eba no frontal installation eba no wig making eba no makeup nails said ye be no pedicure acrylic and afi normal nails nyina no bacho wo ye obi a wo ye ho adwuma na wo ho nimde de a akwanya kese pa na ba ede ama o esanse Red and Small Salon penkrofo any woman aye adwuma enti anope bacho when je ho say obeye work and pay there anope akwanya kese aba ede ama o na to be qualified bacho as I say we obi a what areas are maybe boss na wetimi enya sa akwanya emu chefa La Paz ewon kra ha abeka yameche kaneshi achimota areas areas say what emu bia no emau upper hand in securing an opportunity with a Bread and Small Salon enti anopay say o sign him the other for numbers no na frɛ wo mo na woni wo mo enim komo 0246 661781 0246 661781 and after 0202076511 0202076511 na when the Bread and Small for enim komo na ejuma akwanya kese ana ababeto ade aba Mami faster than be ma opposing in the booster bar mixture. The number one immune system booster on the Ghanaian market. Na anope wo pe herbal medicine a correct. Wacho ye di ho dance here. Every Sunday need there booster bar for enroi unnecessary oma unsa ekebi. Wa obona mu akwa no abode no ekofo no mpacho obe here say obe no nom eye booster bar mixture. No pay me free here me pay me abo na enti me abo aba code no akọ enti pacho ma wonsan kabi herbal shops ni mu nyina no pacho ye di bia gugu a obenya bi ato afei wakodi mpaso gra koti yare infections and wakonya syphilis gonorrhea pressure hawadwe stroke waist pain tete wo afei wo ye adwuma kakra bi na fatigue aseti na wabre malaria ana hawodia anopay imbusta ba Mr. Fo enroi ebeboa wo ye pa oposi ni na dro no enie na baby awo my Ghana mu bia no mpacho ubenya bi ato se owo eye in the northern part of the country wa Bogatanga Tamale ehonyina ubenya bi in the Oti region mpacho ubenya bi ato edi free ho oko eye Boko Locust Road mpacho ubenya na dodo mu atu pa afei sɛ wonkra ha wobɛkɔ ɔkanhye drug lane na watimi akwakopa bi atɔ ɛwɔ hɔ na mbom sɛ wopɛ no dodoɔ mu atu anɔpɛ yi a frɛ wɔ mo on 0246208496 0246208496 na wone imbus for any nkɔmmɔ anɔpɛ I said that me and Koma Amagana Rise, Arise Ghana. I know anymore as I say, baby, I'm before my Ghana will be no year to dinner, and your papa announce your no end, and you come a year pa, but you're 1 year, Diania, a chidom and the man. One more call SR baby, and pay we a restaurant operator, we are Diane at home, and Crawford Baby, the deal home, one more year check. Kumasi and Patamuna, and one year check, no headquarters pa. Kaiba Kubi I share Bantama him feel the chief. The pay movie here. I'm a Ghana rice. That what they are check in that. One more mutual, one more plain rice, one more tongue, one more. Pachok, Papa Nini, where you Ghana, dear, and Wahaya. Yedua ewa ha over the natural taste of rice. Enti anope ma wonsan kabi. Mo amoye event ahodo eya sinuane wedding asinuane birthdays. Mo amoko graduation amoye nuane nyina anope. Your choice of rice should be Amagana rice. One testibia na chese unim de air koso wa my garden. But you open the do mo to ato na with your business akwenya ewo ho e de ma anope bra Amagana rice and you made him come na ehhehye bia ewo ho no but you wo timi aboa ma won so watimi e de ho ahye ho anope wo mo adaroma ana aboa ye say on cry ha ene mpatemu abehu wo mo ewo La Paz wo mo ebe please container ewo La Paz anope for wo mo on 0537 029 464 0537 029 464 and after 0207 6761 97 na when the Amagana rice any enkomo a rice Ghana or pabere no That's it. 58 after 7. Now, Eclipse Collateral Management for Daroma. Japani run no more today. Now, one more air, one more said, Yabea, Musika, Senina, no Ebejina. Eclipse say, I don't pay you new come up. Now, Yankai Kai was say, and they Japani and Cratadia, Utime at the year, Juma, Messica, Ebegu, Boto. And we are Japani rock, but you won't catch no Ekrawa. I don't pay the Obenina, and it's what they better Eclipse Collateral Management. One more Jedia year, Jumana, I feel one more commission ever home. So loan and your free bank be now when you collateral your best place to go and your Eclipse. One more Asoyan Kwan and be assisted with the needed collateral. Na Echibiabuama won't sa Echimi Aka facility I will share them. And I don't pay on my gun and baby I will be for one more now when you want more any and come on one more Joe so was so pebble. When you bet your services hope 0266 999020 0266 999020 and after 0302 551877 now when you want more any and come on but you won't cry hanoma we be call Abakan Street at Denton New site now when you want more Eddie come on think safety and a decent income Achoyaba ejuma wo hona yabati ano edi free hotel na yechimi edi enkomo na enkomo no about galamsey no this week na asori ye pa na it is not dying off anytime soon and we are still on our campaign against illegal mining and we are telling you simply save our water bodies and save our water systems are your mining we are now saving forest and so at the account but the bits and pieces are you betting me at the abuano and one you go so there is a committee in parliament one more aneshe make sure say I buy promises bia one more make biano. In fact, one more ediomweni ebediachi said ye I buy policies near the any promises are one more money no they can follow it up and do what we call monitoring. And the committee no the assurance committee. Now the opposition MP for Northton Okujetua Blakwa and the chairman for that committee. Last week, one more echo around across the country. And one more effort editor one more so make last week a weekend na no fear that memory day we are committee NPP for also NDC for also and both sides of the house obia won the membership assurance committee eso but because a assurance committee it is always expected per the standing orders of parliament say minority for and a chair that particular committee to ensure say Wamo ebetimi ahodi abind to the promises na wɔn make sure say ensem bia wɔn ka wɔn mmarahyɛ bedwam ana de hi ɔman ni bia no wɔn betimi de wɔn ani de akyi. Na rounds assurance committee no ɛkɔ no they visited major river bodies in Ghana. Wɔn kɔbaa no they have reported na ɛno ka ho bi ana ɛma owura ɛyisi Minerals Commission Chief Executive Ekoko Piemo Ewo eye committee no enim. The edikai yebehwe eye Assurance Committee no ejuma womo eye. Na makacho last week Monday me ba ye no me kacho say enkomo a NPP fo ni bi di say ye beto abenti na saade we koso no nya no kreda. Offense we yesaye 6 months ago edaso ti de etia. But in any case, Okuje Tomu akwa around and in the committee no last week akwa inspect insuo no. Sir insuo na ni atia. We are about to show you the footages. Any insuo bia womu dru ho no bottle la womu sa ye no. We'll do a comparative analysis to the esimanim ha no pay. Na yahwe the current nature. Because utie you were free here wase bosome kakra bi etwa mu ya na NDC fo na kwakofa nkrofo dia begusuo so se wo mu metu galamsey no. That is the impression he creates. Enti yebehwe ni ahwe se ensuo no ne tibia no asesa na compared to the 6 months ago yesa ye if you know still the etia netie in fact entimen sesa nso and ye no yakacho se ye de no krabe ye adwuma eye kokwa eye kokko eye yellow eye yellow eye fita. It doesn't matter which political party is in power. Na bakache mo dadanso se abawe ya ye kotu in the next few days edi enimu no whether John Mahama becomes president or Dr. Bawumia becomes president, the fight against Galamsey NC after December 7. No. We must ensure say you be reclaim the past and the lost glory of our water bodies. And we must also ensure, you see, it defeats the purpose. You see, ye green Ghana. Aban ye board home modern see ye bedua yet. Ye duanuya no ye gusu twanuagu. The logic behind green Ghana policy no any de ye ne ankasa ye sengura ni mu a ye no. Me dwen ho a I'm unable to put the two together. And in one effect, ye boka edi omai ni sika duanuya. Afibia in the last 2 years, 3 to 2 years, 4 years more year kwe. Afibia ye green Ghana year. Ni akodua nua. Omampanyin duabi, omampanyin be de akire duabi. The minister in charge of lands and natural resource oduabi. As to say nua na ye dua no in time pass no aye yie no. And ayetimi monitor forestry commission. The omo nesi ya echiche man nkrofo aye yie no ye different conversation. But my point is that why is it say as a country you be making deliberate effort say yenuya to sustain the survival of humanity? Not in one breath, you know, and confession mu bu nua ni bigu. Yes, I know the ye ba beto abenti ye nya ho asemka. Eno no medwen ho amentiase. So it defeats the purpose. Say ye nya galamsey ho asemka dia. Then no government should come and tell us as a say kodua nua. Na global warming no emeku ye nyina. But if we can spend 1 cedi, 2 cedis, 3 cedis, 5 cedis, 10 cedis, amounting to millions of Ghana cedis, to make an initiative and ensure a policy directive, then nobody should tell me, say, when people out of greed, nobody should make that argument in the first place. My enkwani show Okuje to ablakwa. Any ni team no emra. Okuje to sa nsuo ni nyina one after the other. Na ono abebubo nsuo no woni ne committee no nyo no nko a. Let's watch and listen. Ye bedi nkomo. Ye di bi be compare the esi hey. If it is different, I mean the videos will show. Anya me na meka. Richard, bo video ni mani.
We want to do over the weekend. We have been visiting our river bodies.
Kessben 92.9.
This is the Volta River, which is the cleanest, which is how really all our river bodies should look like. We have here the Subin River. And we say, you see, the Subin River. Yes, in the Kumasi area, in the Ashanti region. We have River Ofin. You know, I'm sure viewers will think that we are preparing to take Milo or coffee. You know, this is the Birim River.
Kessben.
This is the Ewene River. You know, and we also went to
Kessben.
the Pule River, and we couldn't find hope anywhere. There was no succor, no solace. Everywhere we went to, this is Manfi. When we went to Pra, also terrible.
Kessben.
The Oda River, no hope. And Cobra was even worse. Then River Ofin. And this is the Huni River. So, you see, this is what we are dealing with. It's only the Volta River that gave us a little hope. You know, even that we are hearing that it is just a matter of time, because the solar area, we are told that the White Volta is beginning to interface and defile the Volta River as well. So, you see,
Kessben.
the Ghanaian people seeing this don't expect their leaders, all of us inclusive, all of us. This one is not, we don't have to, we all have to take collective responsibility, because as Parliament, we are also approving these policies, these resource allocations, these institutions who come to report to us and justify why a certain allocation was properly utilized. We've been doing all these anti-galamsey operations for years, which this House has approved, running into billions. And every year we appear to be complicit somehow when we approve judicious use of the previous year's resources and then give the institutions more resources to go and stop galamsey. And yet this is where we are as a country. So you see, we want you to really proffer new solutions. How can we stop this? How can we get all our rivers? And they are all gone. All our rivers are gone except the Volta River. So it's just a matter of time. So this is the context. This is the crisis we face. And it affects all of us. Whether where you are mining is not close to a river or not. Whether you are not engaged in mining at all, like most of us here. We will drink water. We will buy food. Today we'll be having a lunch break. I don't know the restaurant that Madam Jiage ordered our lunch from, what kind of water they used. We don't know where the water came from. We will have our lunch break with fish that we don't know which of the rivers they came from. And we will be consuming all of these chemicals. The cyanide, the mercury is going into our system. The doctors are warning that we are surely candidates for cancer. And now we are also told that dialysis patients are at an all-time high. The renal unit at Kolebu is under pressure. You know, we can't even take care of the bills and subsidize the patients. So, Mr. Isi, this is the crisis we face. And this committee, we don't want to, hear the same business as usual, with all due respect. We trust your expertise, your competence, but this is a crisis we are dealing with. We are faced with an existential threat, and we want to hear you.
All right, and that is the chairman for the Assurance Committee in Ghana's Parliament, the Honorable Member of Parliament for Northton, Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa speaking. In your screen, more joining your Facebook and so mubehu. Yes, offense you 6 months ago. Richard, Mami baby, ana Okujeto edi offense you nature no. Baby, I any yes I the first video ne to ho mami answer na wo ba. One mommy baby Okujeto Pejayan, and this is where I went into the Ofen River myself, and I fed the water, and I made the buy. So when I hear the argument, say, and I know ya babe to abeya, and I start ya galam say who did that, then what kasasa then I know say you don't know what you are talking about as a citizen of this country, and this is the devastation effect of illegal mining activities. Yeguswa ye de hon komwe. Enti the me enwe bia na assurance committee for no call ya wo mo koye. We went to Dunkwa on Ofen ensure no ye ne yesa ye ne de buy and ye dia besi ha 6 months and say and Okujeto ne committee no ekọ ye no ensure nani no still and say the tia ne tie nothing has changed. Enti the effort we are putting in say ye fighting galamsey no, I mean, what is the required result? And then I bet him in time past. Ye nyina ya dada ye ho say ye fighting galamsey no ampa result every muabenye. There is nothing to show. Enti wo hwe Ofen River no and see hon Richard mom highlight here no mame. And media ye see studio hey there is no difference. Kala ne ye pe. And no na ya post there to TV screen this no or Facebook you will get to understand what I'm talking about. So it is no joke. Say baby ayedru no enyema no urgensem. But in responding to the assurance committee no no, I mean the Minerals Commission CEO had a lot to say. Ma yentie Mr. AC Emra na yentie ono so the response or the ma assurance committee no on this.
What I said was that
Kessben.
I read
Kessben.
from 2012 to 2022. The figure I gave was for small scale. I have it here, I'll distribute it. These are licenses that were issued. So in 2012, 332. I'll be fast about that, Chair. 2013, 283. 2014, 105. 2015, 321. 2016, 361. 2017, 7. 2018, nil because of the ban. 2019, 103. 2021, 11.
Kessben.
2022, 148. 2023, 38. 2024, 93. Total from 2012 to 2024, September 30th, 2423. So I'm sure the 2423 is what you heard as 243. This is for small scale. Respectfully, Chair, I'll give them to my sister Giagi to circulate.
Okay, Mr. AC, we'll need you to clarify this. I have a printout from your website, the Ghana Mining Repository. And the figures you are mentioning, what you have just tabled before us, do not align with what is on the website. What I have from your website between 2008 and 2016, 56 small-scale mining licenses. Then between 2017 to September 2024, I have 1,503. I have the printouts here. So can you please explain the discrepancy? What you are telling us today is different from what we have been working with from your open source data from your website.
Sure, thank you very much. When I asked my mineral title office, that's the same question I posed to them because I saw that
Kessben.
thing, 2,800% here. So I gave it to all my people, assembled them, and I said, have you seen this from social media? Let's go to the documents. Chair, respect what I'm reading now are licenses that were issued. It is different from renewals. So the figures may not be the same. So for example, when I say, let's say 2012, 332 licenses were issued, or let's say 2022, 148 licenses were issued, it doesn't include renewals. I want you to understand clearly. So perhaps that may
Kessben.
Okay, and see, those are some of the justifications, especially about the debate between the NDC under John Mahama, if you want or if you like, from Professor Mills' time, ABC 2016, 8 years of the NDC, and then Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, ABC 2024, from 2017 onwards. Between the two governments, why not issue the most small-scale mining licenses in the country? I mean, this is the level you're reducing conversation to. When we talk about Galamsey, because we want to always politicize the issues. But the chief executive took time to clarify, said the website in the number of renewals, but the grant of new licenses are issue. Now he points out the fact, said when it comes to the issuance of new licenses between 2012 to 2016, the NDC under John Mahama issued more licenses than what Nana Addo and the NPP has done. And is the response by Mr. AEC. Now, Mr. AEC went ahead to tell us, say, the issuance of licenses, me a stopping this year. Ma yentie the chief executive for Minerals Commission, Embra.
It is different if we want to go on the route of enforcement and monitoring, which I'm prepared to consider and say perhaps it's not 100% perfect. I will not lie and sit and say even those that have license, everything is perfect. It is different if we want to go on the route of enforcement and monitoring, which I'm prepared to consider and say perhaps it's not 100% perfect. I will not lie and sit and say even those that have license, everything is perfect. I'm lying to you. I'm looking to your face and lying to you. I will not say that because it's not 100% correct. If you hold my hand and say, look, Martin, the Committee of Assurance, we are taking you through all the license areas, you realize that no, it's not all of them that are doing things properly. That's why there's monitoring and this. That's not what I'm talking about. If you ask me, is it okay there? What else do you need? What can Parliament do? I'll tell you what I think. I've said some of the things already. But to say we shouldn't grant licenses, there will be a problem. Now, I'll tell you what they even do. So, somebody picks up a coordinate. He checks in the mining cadastre.
Kessben.
He does his checks and everything. He lodges his application. Even in the course of processing, he starts work. The officer goes to stop him and says no, because typically what you're allowed to do is that once the officer does the inspection and then forwards him for further processing, the law allows you to erect your camp and your structures and wait for license supposedly. So when you get it, you work. Like if you go to Atlantic Lithium now, they have camps. They have a lot of workers there. They are just waiting for ratification, get their construction permit and start. But now, or the tumpe, then they start work. You ask them why, so boss, those who want to be overly law-abiding, erect their camps and have one or two people there. You tell that boss. My district officers tell me, say, boss, you're training illegal for nobody overrunning the place. You see these Chinese and some of the people, they come brazenly, come and chop his hand. Some of them, right now, you go to my office, people are there and say, boss, people are chopping my land. Whilst I'm waiting for license, I don't want to be involved in Galamsey. I've taken the pain to go through the process, and now people are chopping my land. There are some Chinese people that are chopping my land. Some people are chopping my land. I don't know where they come from. Some of them are even chiefs and co. So I can sympathize that guy. So that guy will tell you that, look, I want to do the right thing, so get me my license. Some other people will say, look, Akwesi Jones came to cry and said he's waiting for his license because of the delay. One cent of vote in Asasi. Maybe they made the tumper mastati. All these are real issues. So I become a bit uncomfortable when people say, stop issuing the license. Chair, if you don't issue the license, the reverse will be the case. Compliance and enforcement, we can talk about it. Am I not properly equipped? Am I on top of issue? Am I having issues? We can discuss it. But I beg you,
Kessben
if you push the issue of not signing the license, because you see, there are more people who are doing the illegality and don't have licenses than people who have licenses.
Kessben.
There are more people. There are several thousands who are working there unlawfully. But unlawful means that they don't have the appropriate authorizations.
And indeed, this is what we are talking about. And there are a lot more of people who are doing the illegality and do not have the required licenses at 703 no Eka Huasem. 22 minutes after 8. Hi, Kessben. Now, Dr. Tony Obin, a spokesperson on mining for the NDC, or a former chief executive officer at the Minerals Commission. And he's already seated in the studio. Marima Dokachi. Na memano akwa. Doc, imagine.
Mr. Speaker.
Kessben.
Yeah.
But you're not promoting saying.
Me adom ne mo pai bo kakra nti egusun kan kakra. Edin so e be fa no sa.
Edin so e be fa no sa. Interesting. Campaign e ko saying.
Oh, I'm say wa unim ekoye sa afie de Ghana fo nyina o my imagine say reset your mind no because baby edru no say o sign e de ma ne ensa asai enioma no sa ontumi ensa fix ne openi excellency the vice president ono edru baby a oye mate edru baby so ono oye policies ono oye 35 policies edru baby a sama waka no say o mekan because president esimenka na fe enioma na basa enioma bi obetima asesa ne ya betima use ni influence as a number 2 person I want me ensesa no me hu adenti a wo twan magana fo awu ewie na se yenyane biewa ono aba besesa mana enti Ghana fo fano a me makoko ba BP obi aye na dwen nro ya me hia akwala bi me ne ko se afie de ya na besesam ya enti am say yenyina yensiesie ye hu na yensesam na bibia nkoyema Ghana.
And you believe that the NDC is coming to power?
Yes, we see where Ghana for see anymore. I see who say emre bia there's a change, you know. Yenya sa change dividend, you know. So here emra Mampeni Rollins fees so Mampeni Kufo buy, you know.
Yes.
It was like there was a new era, new air blowing. Amanone phone nyina started the moi P ebre Mampeni Kufo a minus emu psychological exercise. If you were creating emra na Mampeni da Kufo kono na am say nyoma esek eba enti exercise no Omanpenyi Atamils unya a lot of good work internationally and the support near the ade. President Mahama Koya President Kufuor Dubai the same. What 2016 what I said jama ya new independence be near the ade. We cannot continue for another 4 years. We need that reversal of Sarotna Kosone. We need a breath of fresh air. Ewo a maimu nti mi say eno kra no ma e kire say ye nyina ye say wa wonya wadwene so we wadwene say system.
Very well. Now campaign ye any manifesto made him say why you adwuma as a spokesperson and a former chief executive for Minerals Commission. Galamsey hon komo ana yedi vis-a-vis small scale mining. You have a lot of civil society organizations catcher say as at now there as a president it declares state of emergency, especially on our water bodies and then the forest reserves and the idea. Now by Yenshas here influence manifesto wouldn't the situation at hand are you dealing with as a country in your time as the chief executive for Minerals Commission a quite bear so na NDC motivate fight Galamsey
yo me da se me chia we tiefo na wahwefo nyina nim se Kessben amanfo etie no mo hwe so pa I saw my muno ye be a friend race to the bottom.
Okay.
Race to the bottom ni say oh we na ye say me na oh we enye but we ni dey no media na enye yesene dey na no hey race to the bottom I unnecessary na ye mfa no kra so enye adwuma no create tro pa ye no end America I am in Tanya strictly partisan on things but we make MPP for I am kan no kra hwe me say me so we hu picture be ye circulate yes ma ko gina baby aka say omo enye galamsey
you be boss video
na 2020
yes campaign time no you be boss video
note 2020 no
yes
na note hu say edi asem na fi ma no baaye na note hu say NDC for na wo ho na say hwanmoa you see these things and then there were two videos. Okay. Videos na mo circulate ba kompo dia me nim kra me picture ni me ankasa po me nka o me ko ba bi two e wo ho ba ko na another one ani kra no me gina ho din no wonim ya ka kire o mo say mo kwa ye na afeni ye say ye hwe me en solve galamsey problems no ye nya ka say se soldier for kra corner so mo kwa ko stop ye mbo o mo isan say aban na ye meeting akase mama ye stop galamsey for no na eye Dr. Tony Obi na ko kan ye 2020 na ma ye yes ano wow nti ase o mo ko TV o ma ye training wo ho o ko TV so na o kasa na obi se bisara no penny for Dr. Tony Obi ni abodin asem no
wo de kwakubu ahe
me ni nya me ni kwakubu ahe na kasa ye mi mpo me gina ho na adoma mo na mambo mo nyina din because in the first place I memo show
video no
in the first place one me adame time me call na me NDC rep. Okay. Me NDC rep. I am a consultant and in fact I think at that time me expert on small scale mining for United Nations UNITA training and research. Okay. West Africa. And I would go to places and visit and then make my own records. Nko me ni omugina ho no. Minim known NDC face a wom. We kwakubu ahine woma minim known NDC ni awom na NDC fo so ansoma me wo ba bia ene nkampo de mon kasa me nko ame kwa efe mo se me call ye no mama malusu 8 seats 7 seat hey how powerful say me powerful sir 7 seat malusu into other places can even saying teshi no malusu ni ada no galamse ho eno de enye Tony Obin wo se akohwie no wo mo organizer na ye pepepe anything say womo kan sa na obi gina nche na na Tony Obin amanfo friend aden na ukoye say aden me se ko he video na say wa nkasa ba kuno kra so de wonim enso de ekoso no anyway ma me it is
doc I don't know who here because
it's also we about
yes debate ekoso sisia ene eko aye ko galamsey no emufa kese na no eho na aba begina egina ne ma mienu so Mojumedi moko some of the mining sites ekodi in 2020 and then the debate about why they issue most licenses. I mean, I don't even know why you reduce the conversation to that level. But I mean, it's equally important. Say, and then our bahano obe clarify. Richard, what's our video the mommy for 2020 campaign?
A year two.
Yes, a year two. You better two nina. Richard, you want to bomb mommy na doc NTA na unresponding answer the yatua and combination.
What I said was that I read from 2012 to 2022.
Kessben.
The figure I gave was for small scale. I have it here, I'll distribute it. These are licenses that were issued. So in 2012, 332. I'll be fast about that, Chair. 2013, 283. 2014, 105. 2015, 321. 2016, 361. 2017, 7. 2018, nil because of the ban. 2019, 103. 2021, 11. 2022, 148. 2023, 38. 2024, 93. Total from 2012 to 2024, September 30th, 2423. So I'm sure the 2423 is what you heard as 243. This is for small scale. Respectfully, Chair, I'll give them to my sister Giagi to circulate.
Okay, Mr. Isi, we'll need you to clarify this.
Okay, and this is the first video. The Minerals Commission CEO Emma analysis of licenses are your issue. Mamima Dr. Tony Obi, former chief executive, and so the opportunity to respond to this. We are now after your 2020 campaign. There now a course war some of the mining sites. No, not maintain a response on that. Doc, per more records between time being, I mean, which year to which year, and now your chief executive.
2014 to 2016.
2014 to 2016.
I am man for Dr. Tony Obin did a media over 3.5 years, but which we work because of impact anything a man for associate me more over there.
Okay.
Which I'm happy about.
But I know some our records, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And I make the repository now. You build here.
Okay.
We took money from the Australian government to build a repository. Say apply ma won fa o papers simple emma how to reduce the processing period. And the shares had the say. Now the issue is even not the numbers, because from the repository MPP I mean it's unnecessary who issued them more. The question is, when you are issuing licenses,
yes,
you have to be sure you can contain the activities. You have to be sure you can enforce the rules surrounding the activity. You have to be sure you can monitor the omoyeno, because the reason why the Minerals Commission is there is to regulate. Eventually they will give licenses. So for me, my argument is not about the numbers that we're giving.
But I don't remember a contextual.
But if the context, you see, say mama license say obi kaka,
yes,
no ukra license. A West is obi kaka ukra license. And at least what has to be done is whether near ukra license ube to check say
or the
right thing. Wow. And that debate to say whatever number. No issue, but I believe we gave less. I don't have the number with me. I would want to believe we gave less. And again, the number would only be known on the repository, because the Minerals Commission CEO doesn't grant licenses. It is granted by the minister.
The minister. Okay.
So Ube prepare documentation that's a minister signer and a license. And
but as a chief executive, you know the preparation of a document. Yes, I will submit to a minister.
Yes. Yes, but the minister may refuse or may not.
Okay.
Usually the ministers don't refuse, because if they do, they have to explain why. So for me, the issue is whether or not the approvals that were given,
yes,
we were able to control what they're doing. Because I mean, some of the things the CEO said, I sympathize with him.
Okay.
But me, I've gone through that before, and somehow it's like the law of karma. When there was a change, some of us were taken through a situation as if we were monsters or something. But when you grant licenses,
yes,
you have to be able to monitor and enforce the laws. Now, so say, to see a man for a trade judge. To see a man for ye de say yensuoni ade ade. So who say we sympathize a little bit with the people by not approving more licenses. On say even in October, by October 3rd, 11 licenses were granted. In fact, this year alone, over 120 licenses have been granted. I am not saying say a papa na a bonny, but anka the time a man for complaining the name days are no. The SOE and so suspend also sympathize. I say ubi sebi ubi ewu fie na woche kelewele baby efunu dano ana. I say on sympathize. And it
yes, but I don't know, Mr. You see, to be very fair with him, and my justification. Now he tells you say obi apeke coordinates or the ato cadastre mo. Cadastre was started with the processes of securing the license. Now, or call back equoye inspection it was a concession or person or registered illegal for a penetrating. Our more taking possession of the land. Our more mining. And for the person to have waited, some minister will give the final approval to the licensing processes. By the time I will be not concession the illegal for the
that is.
Yes, so Okase will hold it on with the licensing. It may create more problems than you expect.
For 10 days, for a few days now, a month for a year, they know there. Nanke, and you could even say, look, we even have more licenses, but you are suspended because of ongoing concerns. Citizens now, the majority of Ghanaians are worried about water bodies near there. I think you would have to look at them, listen to them, than the grant of the license for a short period.
Okay.
Because we are regulator, we are Bank of Ghana. You have to look at licensing people to do their banking business near there. Into that one, you can't say onye, but you have to be responsible. You have to be sensitive. Yeah, cause are the men yeah. You pause a little bit and then watch it. Say, okay. And again, that is also the reason why we shouldn't race to the bottom. One who says one granting license now, a man for back. One who say a man for be illegally.
Yes.
And for you to go out directly to say, me in my life, my Edmond Minerals Commission, my Edmond Mine said, me need small friends, a concession, me need. Concession one who are I never did because I thought it was morally wrong for me as a once pretending over this thing. Now, Mr. In any case, say who catch the yes surrounded almost surrounded natural resources now because was running no conscience no cast licenses your friends and concessions are mama and I say the need him now now that so and I say woman just they should know the difference. I will not advocate for illegal mining. No.
Okay.
I have written many times Google turn the views on illegal mining and as a small scale mining. I have published in scientific journals. Book could be back, books mean back United Nations wider United Nations of Development blah 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 blah. Many vice president Jana ya papers and when now me consult some other countries. I've done things for other countries.
Yes, reading your profile came
not to do illegal mining. I am a supporter of small scale mining. I believe that small scale mining actually represent proper local content of Ghanaians that were mining. First, no mines.
Take his share.
Yes, first, no mines. We are Ghanaian. Only coins of baby. President Rawlings Roman and we said no. Sadiana, yes, sound near the and yet into young fat, young regularize now a month to me and yebi. And into that is where we should pursue. Now, say, will be your own Sioswa. Minia, in Sioso, adia a war, and Remu said, wound to me. To from a good year, I won't see also. One to mean to Inti who say, oh, 2 on Siosunano, one who say, oh, you're wrong. One who say, boom, Lasso, as yet, whom be sanitary, as our channel. Now,
but do you make an admission? John Mahama time, NDC are buying more, what time as chief executive? Nagalam say,
oh, Galam started. In fact, it preceded in 2009. Mamika said, Mitchell, you're appointing me Minerals Commission CEO. My first meeting with the Parliamentary Select Committee of Mines and Energy.
Okay.
Me kasana that's a free chamber of mines na maba into as a margin fresh kakra and me catch ye digalam say unkom and me catch say galam say problem that one more politicians ya mo na mo koso mo me can we no politician be MPB say me say na ne buafu there but osoro ke kan sam on say on the parliament we say your kind say adentoni wo ba na say wo say ha sa na kasa sa ada na mbre na ope wadwuma na na me can we na ba kwe de mebo ndi because na sem na papenti honorable Abembagmin at that time no committee so I said let's listen to this young man. Was I that young, but let's listen to him because he's telling us straight in the face the all can no cry. This is my this has been my position on Galamsey. And anyway, back to your question. Emra and I think Abembia bibi kakra. I mean, you
in the effort of fighting this.
Yes, Abembia bibi kakra.
You admit,
yes, Abembia bibi kakra. Yeah, Abembia no.
Again, amomo yeah.
What mekano?
Yes.
The aya na enye. And he say abani binum beba mu a na abani beba. In fact, me study am here. No, almost every presidential candidate Udu Galamsey area. No akoka say oh monye Monye Galamsey,
including John Mahama. You admit?
I didn't or no Mantino because it was a research that preceded him and my Mantino.
Yes, but at least what say even coming from 2020, what say John Mahama say Ghanaians are arrested Omo ewa Galamsey site or bar obeja Omo. That is on record. We are aware of it.
Yes, or no kind in context. Or kind in context. One can say me ba mema moye Galamsey. The context was that Galamsey no womo moye na ase ye twa eduani tri so. Na nintini de na esi wo nti wotwa tri no so a wotwa je ase wo ye wo flowers wo fie na wa twa hedges no ne ade ubewie na ha besa bebiu nti rather than go for a man for nkwalanketo na so ya for ba na omo ho ayefi mu adwane ma ya che omo no yenko omo a route na nkasa yenko because o fight omo mo fight drugs no. They don't fight only the tops, they fight to the bottom. Inti mohwehwem na monkwase, he will go for the real macaw. Don't go for the top because it is not fair for those who really own and make a lot of resources or money from there. No, omo mbeko scot free. Na mum obi asabe yafa no, me say mafao. Say you be adwuma we mami na asamba no wonye boni bia o say adwuma na o se menye na o se meye na e be chi no me na ya be chi me akokotum na o kan wasem but my come back to a day and talk a fight here.
Yes,
one
we are very interested in that effort put it up. Some of the fighting Galamsey from 2012 ABC 2016
2012 me fans me 2013
okay
and so kaya. When things started getting worse, President Mahama edi soldier for any police worker omo ye enter something tax force be.
Okay.
Emma omo eko Galamsey side ko chichi binom. In fact, omo chichi na omo target at that time was foreigners. Omo Galamsey anymore.
Okay.
Because the law says a small scale mining pool
of
Ghanaians. Enti omo chichi kaya ya chichi China for ni P export repatriate P eko mkroma Ghana kra loan bia na omo je 3 billion bia na omo je kra no China for na farmer omo anka say Galamsey there but it was so evident say omo say yes had any day enti that was and it was only for about 2 months or 1 month and onya in fact at the time he was doing it people in opposition at that time were saying that this was state terrorism. It was terrorism against our own people. And that's how the political side comes in. And it wasn't that reason. But on what who say actually you cannot succeed by using bazookas and AK-47s in fighting this kind of canker. You have to have a very sustainable, continuous, effective, a responsible way of doing it. And inti Otibe Sonko, he set up a group. Namina in charge.
Okay.
So we should come out with a very credible, workable solution to this. A very sustainable and one day fight. He wasn't making noise. In those days, I think they made mistakes by not making noise. I say. Obi could be a toilet na at the other TV so no be a commission toilet not just I come. But we said we worked and I remember the president said let us launch this in Kumasi at a certain date. However, I think no coincided with 2016 election time movement up and bang or Koye. And
so what it means is that more modalities, more solutions, more prefer any not move fair by implement.
Yes, but let me say, no. In fact, before then, no, small scale mining association and we encourage that. Okay. 2, yes, set up district mining committees. In fact, I was involved in inaugurating some of them. I think about 30 at the time we live. About 30 of them have been inaugurated. More had been formed.
The district mining committee.
Which is
minerals commission. No kahon.
Yes,
at the district
exactly.
Level. MCA kahon.
Exactly. You know it.
Okay.
Just by law, so say and so that they would deal with those the issues. We are trying to decentralize from that point.
Okay.
Again, you started education. A lot of education on that. Now. sa mining cadastre system ya digitalize ye.
Yes.
And your friend repository. Yeah, your copy sika because we are all trying to put them in a way say ube we no ube who say and I'll come to some of the policies. Say and the plan was that you be recategorize small scale mining in Ghana from large scale, that is AG I don't know, to medium scale. We don't have medium scale mining in Ghana. To small scale. Because the the kind of mining you see, and yes, small scale. It has gone beyond small scale. Even though you may not call
more than 25 acres.
Exactly. And then the kind of equipment they're using, and yes, small scale because at the time they were doing the law, small mining, now they were artisanal. They were using shovels, pickaxe, spout, towel, your friends saying, there. Very rudimentary equipment there.
And those ones were very common. Those days,
very good.
Yes,
they're common. And we didn't hear about Insuya Assay. We didn't hear about Insuya Assay. Made too much of sending a chance here. A man Insuya started to say seriously, what happened, why that happened. Made too much but Mamin got back to so all these steps were taken. So categorization we are because you digitize concessions, bejo concessioner equipment out there you be linking up to special geofence medium. Into wo machine si wa entumi nkoba bia na minimum so say Minerals Commission and as a ban on your friend saying minister on granted license it means that all the licenses would have been granted outside, in fact 100 meters away from the water bodies.
River bodies.
Yes. Now machines so ya track it into to me move from outside the perimeters,
our concession falling within. Okay.
So admana we no obey one place yenim nipa oye ho o kwa obako to tell ya say that my minds for mo yo madwuma obako to am say hay no more question be outum bi say omo ade no manye we ya obetumi bi say omo manye and that was the plan. And Fufi Antwata. However, those plans were left behind. NDC fee no because I don't think I was appointed because of NDC politics. But I was at that time, I wasn't even thinking political. Just but I'm sure it was out of my competence.
So you came in more as an expert.
Yes. So after I stayed there for 8 months. So here.
After elections
now MPP buy because there was debate as to whether they should let me go and ask a main transit and people were saying we no political be a money here and say John Mahama edwuma no ma ye no nti mummy emfa anye edwuma emra ne ye stop galamsey na ye ni policy bia. I can tell you for fact. Now NPP doesn't have any policy on mining. That's the truth. Me a sure pass because that time now the CEO of the Minerals Commission now or a board member.
Okay.
Now a board member into Obehu. They didn't have any policy.
Even as at the time winning election.
No, they didn't have. What happened was that Obi young man being a DB also and MMIP. Multilateral Mining Improvement Project. Nice name, MMIP. I'm saying, maybe says MMIP no idea na you have to populate it. So I led this MMIP. I made presentation on MMIP or Takwas University of Mines and Technology. Mekasa Bakume Kasa Minister no by I think it was a Western Region Minister by also Tony. Asamna kan jabra funa kana kanichi because oya fine pa. Inti my brother na me presenting in English, I had to change to our local language. I come from there, Takwa, and then of course there are a lot of people who were also interested in the message.
Program.
Yeah, into the MMIP. Yeah, they share this Mahama ne program now. And I went to me, and that's what government is. Government is a continuous process. Governance. You don't come and say my two way actually. Emra. President Mahamadi Etuni Yiko or this Soja Foko, he saw the problems, he saw the mistakes. What this government should have done, sit down and say, hey, there you don't take the military and the bazookas and all those again, because in fact, there are some people who were doing it very well. I know because
small scale mining.
Yes, because solidarity that for no still I Tom gold no above the market price. Because follow the rules no minimum I'm saying small scale mining association so general secretary say when say honestly nani ho to say yes small scale miner
I mean all the water bodies. I mean I intentionally played all the videos assurance committee essence so you could see the level of the destruction. Ufri was say Krupon oye was ni sa enclave mu nyina wo mo didi mu asem asenkregwa enclave no eba besi Pristia woni valley ehodi nyina asay. I mean wasansa asene de bebre na galamsey say. So how did we get to this point? Na yemra because the NDC we almost spokesperson on mining no is seeking to come into office. Na yemra ni enkase 7 December the year to abenu na what me we ni ade na mobeye e dia fasa situation where.
Okay. Edikan the reason why Edru Samri 3 na say 3 bako first no na Ghana for na galamsey.
Okay.
And now say small scale mining artisanal ones. Say anya Ghana for no mu dominate your foreigners.
Okay.
So here there was a documentary be an American be by in fact show sa channel Discovery Channel.
Okay.
Emma ebufokra ba yemu bi mu oka oba also the car America oba odi America kra bia obey adman 500,000 e dey kutu an bill. Yes. Well, when you call for years, so a begumi, so technical people, so investors, so almost account. And then thirdly, machines now, machines na the jumano. Assasana, I will take each one by one. And then finally, I'm sorry, finally, see, and you move from 100 meters away, closer to water bodies, and then into river bodies. That now, mining, Ketwano. NASA working in the river no been hot.
Yes, but you admit said during your time offer ensure to say river Fina. I mean it was quietly polluted during the time.
Quietly, yes. Polluted. Because it has started. It has started. This has started into it had to be nipped in the bud. It has started. It has started into I will not say it's Emra, but Uba now better say Bibiasha say a cough man and make a raise to the bottom. You stop it because you have been voted to power so that you will stop, in quote, what was wrong or now what was getting wrong. Now let me come back to why it happened this way. 2004, 2005 President Kufuor, one of the very fine president of Ghana, Nadwin Papa Hunti, men kasa ebone, or the nipa bi call China. So munko su asane yesi ehwe small scale mining ye. Nti omu fi obaye no.
Is it President Kufuor or President Mills?
No.
I'm confused because in one break NPP for say President Mills in 2008 and they take his initiative.
No.
And or the NDC for the bebre.
No.
Ekoye ekosu ade no. Enti wo mu ba wie ye no and China for the following.
Men can I check it? Check it. Okay, the statistics of Ghana. So a gold production in Ghana.
Yes.
That is when small scale mining gold started going up. And this is a fact. When you're there, you see NTC, MPP and their propaganda, you can't even believe it. BBA no ma 10 no ma kamana kona. The facts are there. No quite penny they no one kasa komra meye boni bia. Champagne. When did Champagne start coming? Champagne. A dear time they started say 2006. And as I say, Ghana service. Inti adwa na etechiri say, yemfa nkofo wemra, anase yenkosua na eba ya beye ne no. Omba no muso sa mine no kra na utumi de champagne eya eyeye, utumi de excavator eya eyeye. It wasn't bad, so this excavator eya mining because after all, increase gold production. After all, time I banned small scale mining 2017-2018 no you produced the highest gold in small scale mining and also so and gold production fine but and I'm saying champagne abana omo ye to wonsuo now e bia ye bi because it's easy to make money out of that to na ya hwe ha ye gu so ayehwe na ebinum so wo ho a I say gold price akwa sro na yentumi yen enforce mra nti yentumi ma mra na anya adwuma nti no baby obekwa a gold wo bia na wa hyase etu mpanifo so abewuram aban mpanifo party mpanifo so abewuram na se party mpanifo wurade mu a professor Frimpombo tin ono ankasa so waka abobo din bi se enkofo bi wo ho a omo ye party members ha omo eyebi enema say kon ayedin
we cannot run away from the fact to say both political parties singing our nkrofo a womo ye involved probably ubenya NDC for A2CC I mean we name your Amenfi Central parliamentary candidate Joanna they tell you so your galamsey queen but NDC mo jam ho ma wono no ababe parliamentary candidate Osiki so obeko parliament whilst we are intending to fight
asama make no I'm saying miss politicians I didn't even you mention
didn't
but I said Mamia Haji Alima Mahama ono aka say omo hu DC so amoye nyina na ye ba be punish omo nyina Haji Alima Mahama said this things and inti ye hu say politicians no e de omo awuram hwe emra LI 2462 by
yes
ade chi asa ne fie ndaka krabi applications they call minerals commission no enya de ketwa na most of them so say ni no they were from politicians they were from and some of the list yide ne there by friends saying Manasseh
yes
about people whose applications were there no cry no ha yem face na yenjai na ndc for ye bi na madam Joanna say you can grab pa I'm so joining ndc cry be en chair e be en chair but me yin ma or to gold minim so to gold me hu site a oye there but it is possible say be no ye bi na oye so na oye no emra kwan so a then it is not galamsey our problem is and we need to distinguish between omo yes small scale mine and papa abaya mom krata omo enfa omo fam neman kogu nsuom even though imagine be so omo no so pi ene omo de
omo nye de
okoto se awia wo hwa na otu nsuo
eno no na me problem because I've been trying to wrap my head around it so doc how do we now differentiate because me too many Officio na say and Cobra na say now the small scale miners are saying say omo de omo ye adwuma ne kroje but the pabonifo bi na SM so who are those destroying the land I mean say small scale for no ye no omo ye ne papa mu a why can't we even have some of the river bodies at least ba ko bi de eni da so etikroje how I mean why and how do we correspond the two
the no cry won say insuo no se nimpa ba kwam na me enu kura gina so mbetuma se no because wo hwe dia efo ni omunu asase na asesa na ebinum so eya na omude omo discharge point no nom dia betu nsuo no nom dia betu nsuo no inti nipa be 10 pe kura kwaya mbetumi ayai ne ehon se ese etumi enforce hwe emra asemo emeka na MPP for ayai emra covid buy no na ye just say we are saying who sa no man penny didn't go to the field when you ship anko go bia uja no announce say fellow Ghanaians ubianda wanda emra chew so a emfa no ho eno kra no o ka ye no wanfa ba magina me so wanfa ma nyina so wo dai won tumi ba adwuma na meba into what we need is that leadership is the leadership of maybe the president or even the vice president say or ninia no na ninia ketwa no now waka say fellow Ghanaians water bodies na lie mama obia nkonko e wa obeye no yenchew na yenchew mo water bodies
you be jai
so we are what utumi first of all water bodies utumi chi water bodies na yes say small scale mining and our mining license bia yemfa ma 100 meters I mean any closer
proximity
yes now I know na ya manfo binim so is anya no kre Uhe pole football ya boss we.
Yes.
Go pole back and go pole back. Nti sanke ye pa na keep ye bibia within sa in 100 meters na and consume. Nti so we are 100 meters per. O dey don't even ask for licenses. Obi a 100 meters bia yini fi ho. Eno dey ye betumi ayi sa ankofo na fi ho.
Okay.
Na fe nti yes you know what we have to do, please stop mining on water bodies. Stop mining on water bodies. Enforce that. Na o enforce no jansu na homia. Me say within 6 months no sediment no be settle.
Okay.
Na sediment no settle we are. Then you boost it. You support it with other water treatment technology. Na e dey clean. In fact, that is what President Mahama says he will do.
Okay.
Or say oba. The first fellow Ghanaian statement, one of them, will be it's so dear la.
Okay. Yeah, maybe no so Richard, but video ni mame why? This video is very important to me because it looks as if say entokwa ye kuni nyina no ekwa na akopem because two things. What must mu video amoye in 2020 no ene de John Mahama akase oba obeja galamsey for no ana retard progress aban we person with the effort in fighting galamsey. Richard Mayentie doc ne kwekubu ahede no na
can you make
okay.
After on the 11th, that way on the 7th, no, and she say, I go at the moment, but on one of the better now. Say the bear, you know, no break or my you might take a crate. Most would after on the 11th, that way on the 7th, no, and she say, I go at the moment, because on one of the better now. Say the bear, you know, no break or my you might take a crate. Most would not have seen it. Now, so that's why the machine is what else 1 month. I'll be quite high. Now, so the other Yajuma. Now, so no criminal call for Friday. Eddie, and 2 quarter to Abano, John Daman Mahama, they do that. And I don't demand Mama. And I'm right. And then I no pay and no for Mansour Dubia. Also, the Galamsey, why not you born of the Bunu? On no say 2 man 4 years, maybe a Jumano, Yankee who say to me, yes, and I'm right. And then I no pay and no for Mansour Dubia. Also, the Galamsey, why not you born of the Bunu? On no say 2 man 4 years, maybe a Jumano, Yankee who say to me, now, yeah, because of Yaba Tuaba, and a woman, washing the union, he said, Yentunia, the Yen. Galamsey, Ghana Betu Galamsey. And I Jumana Yayan, so to see another vanguard for no that's over. And the players are crackers say, Yatuabaria, Mubesa, vanguard in Mukina. Yayan Tanase, Emma by when the good man. And you know, Muya Jumania, better was sitting in time. More for the Mabusia for now, make sure about him for Kwame John Dramani Mahama. They are only. Yenim say na mebu amande na eko abano yenim say ko na eko be kasa yenim say dum be ko srem edum be ko be bebre so ko so be musu be to abawa ya nti na ene ka say after by Friday omu breaki mo na obi antumi enya pepeye no ntumi antumi ko le busiafo na mande ni blu a nyina ye de ko abaye ko abani wie enye say ye ko ye bet na wo amo aba na wie na ye.
Alright, 4 minutes after 9 eba na yo doc. This is Kwaku Buahe, a former deputy national communication officer.
That's right.
Of the National Democratic Congress.
That's right.
Telling Galamseyers, one mining site say, this is Dr. Tony Obin. Wanu na na waye CEO at the Minerals Commission. Na nyamia da John Mahama ba, wanu na besa akwatena ho. Na wabema mwaye juma. You were there and you were watching him making such statements. Knowing very well said the illegality, no. Ghana for you no MP.
No cray. The fact say me gina hono.
Yes.
Makes me a criminal or makes me complicit by whatever logic I mean him. First of all, I didn't go there as NDC person. Inti asema fi na no ba no kra no. Me nim where it came from. Obviously my age or Minerals Commission.
Yes.
And I think I did a good job. And I was doing my work as a researcher. Omo mugina hon NDC for omu ye hwan no. Me huni baba akubia no kura flag bi. Me in fact no kware pa nim First time I met Binumpa physically, and no, that was the first time I had met people, met almost all of them physically. And no, I have heard about some of them.
But you knew say Kwaku Boahen, deputy communication officer.
In fact, let me
and I presume say Okamutima Moko. It was a deliberate deliberate step.
It wasn't a team. It wasn't a team. I joined the team.
Okay.
They were going there, and I needed to be there. You do one when you see here. You do no be a treat you. You do maybe yes. No, I treat you. Now, if you say, so you are phobia, phobia, Babel, how mana bibisa. TTM, so Munya, but Yamba Hamu near the other. And I had to be there. I went with them. I didn't know what they were going to say, what he was going to, how he was going to say it. I don't think that John Mahama catches or by appointed. Up to now, President Mahama keeps saying, say, on appointed will be our BBA. And he hadn't told
yes, but my concern.
But other kind Obi Kasano, yeah. Say Kokuba Jajaj, man Kasa.
David Doc, I know that they won't mean Kasa, but me concerns, you know, say one. I mean, this is a team. More movie and more cost site. So, in the first place, what was the purpose of that particular journey I'm embarking on? I mean, what was the mission in that particular
site? But it could be campaign. It could be campaign. I don't have a problem with.
So if it could be campaign, you may agree with the Kwaku Boahen.
I don't necessarily have to agree with the Kwaku Boahen. In fact, I don't think all of them agreed with Kwaku Boahen. The kind say, I was just saying,
yeah, to a
in any case, when he did that, I said, it means Mumrana regularize it. Supposedly, but why are people attributing that to me? Say, and listen to what you said. There was one TV. Listen to Dr. Amin. Listen to Dr. Amin. And then the second video, which have second video.
Yes, second video. I know you have paper.
And
concerns small scale miners.
Yes,
very popular.
Concerns small scale miners. ANDC. And then I make us say, and I'm wombi.
But again, now we're campaigning.
But in your campaign, Madam Mahama, there a bit more ha, or be over catchers and mini party be about me, mini pane, John Mahama. Maybe the mini party. It's no dear. Yeah, it is true. Or be companion, Madam Mahama. But it doesn't mean that me, I won't cast a mina make Casano. Or my we are Ghana, yeah, away into Wakat will be a Tiomako meeting, ma, yes, communicators, no. Samuka, well, Moncase, near Tony Oben, we are could be so penny. Why are you doing that? Also, so the Umudu, Okasa Manfoti, inti, Inya, we are not just it's diabolical, very wicked. Obi crowd the Miakojina TV, so I Muntia na, Ebiana Samnako court in some canopy. Muntia the Okan, Muntia, when I was not physically present, I was not speaking, I never spoke. Young fans say, in Kasai, that's fine. I was there, I can't say. But being in a crime scene does not necessarily make you a criminal.
Yes, but you can be,
that is a fact.
You can be abating a crime, knowing very well, say, Nipano also so
did you see me abating and
you were part of the team?
I was standing there. I wasn't abating.
You were giving moral support.
You
were giving Kwaku Boahen moral support. And the justifications are that course and a discourage a buying from continuously fighting this canker.
That is a weak mindset, because when COVID came, you see, a buying in your to me. I'm real Casa Yandano. I tell you, you'll be an end. One say, but a buying to me soon. Nasi they are buying krata de ma. Okay, my last example po na fe minka
me no be rapia
na minka ma minka emra nurses for na Mahama ka say me di makunya si so say enye say be ma allowance no na mom yensi hospitals mo nti wunwe ya no ma benya adwuma MPP for ka say no dabi I'm allowance on be on their campaign. Nurses didn't vote. Mahama lost. So what happened? Mahama wawu say ordene konya si so na anya MPP want to do things at all costs, including telling vicious lies, and that hurts. But my main card, Mahama say about Bayano.
Yes, I mean that is so I'm reading from your manifesto because you contributed to this particular manifesto.
I agree.
The next NDC government will wage a ruthless war against illegal mining menace and roll out an aggressive program to reclaim our polluted water bodies, degraded lands, and then devastated forest reserve. One. Place a ban on new mining activities in forest reserves. And the question again is that Samube place a ban on new mining activities. The already existing activities, the mobile you answer that. 2, amend the Minerals Act and Minerals Laws to ensure stiffer punishment for those who are mining within the water bodies. Decentralize and regularize the licensing processes of artisanal miners. And no, point 4. Implement Tree for Life reforestation policy and the Blue Water Initiative to heal and harness the environment by turning areas degraded by illegal mining into economic and ecological recovery hubs. 3, resource the Geological Survey Department to prioritize the geological investigation as part of the broader strategy to increase Ghana's stakes in its extractive industry. Now, I think say normal promises are modema, but the last but 3
normal promises.
Yes, last but 3 one no say compel small scale miners to undertake skill training in land reclamation techniques as required as part of the component of their operations to minimize their adverse environmental impact. 2, place restrictions on the export of unrefined gold. And I'm looking at the fact to say policy be pa na mode ba ebe solve problem you one. Not 2, asanso a reposition the mining or the extractive sector no to the level I expect here. I mean we'll be proud of.
Well, Eddie Kano, your manifesto no. I think it contains a lot. I mean, who may be at me, me share.
We are great versions, you know, and I'm
but I know internet. Me na me walk the latest ones. Now and again, since I manifesto no, I launch you know. We have had meetings with civil society organizations, both international and local. There is 2 parties in some of the issues have been improved in a way. But let me tell you about the illegal. First of all, the LI 2462. No.
Yes.
President Mahama say, I don't think that's the language we used. But also obey revoke the law no, completely. In fact, me call one of the stations can say enchebia President Kufuor be revoke you know. Now I'm fan sign by me who sign so ya be revoke, which is very very good.
The airline
no, and yet
to allow mining in forest areas.
And yet it is utumi ya why are the pressure na kono so ma utumi ya sesanti so that is what government has to behave. Now it also be president say insuo so there 0 tolerance. Ono or started with insurance, so 0 tolerance, nothing.
And only promises, modalities.
Modalities in say 1. Now makam modality back on obey any fellow Ghanaian announcement because it's a very presidency is very powerful. It's a very powerful position. And win Ghana he said the ekosu nyina no who say president okase ya aya yeah. Now after that no obey patrol so on regular basis. This is where the patrol forces would be working, and it's a soldier for a helicopter reference. So every week be and every now and then be obey, and then he would also Interamerica say then obey you so modern technology, that is water treatment technology to try and boost the treatment of our water bodies.
Explain the way, explain the way, Mami, on the issue of manifesto. No, also set up a novel Ghana Gold Board to regulate the small scale mining sector. The board will restructure the mining scale sector by what? Providing.
Anka oma me ye illegal. I'm saying something we ya.
Okay.
And Sunday na or say maybe can't catch you say or better categorize mining.
Yes.
Now why you there mekaya no
medium scale.
Now we are just that oh. Obema wo asase no umfidie no e help any bit my adwuma.
Okay.
Enti untumi nkoye obabi. So je ni bia ni se obeba so Minerals Commission for kohwa no makoho. The reason why Minerals Commission is able to properly regulate big companies and big scale because they are only 16. Enti I don't know. Idea or no.
Okay.
It also be I mean open gold board no so or say or for me gold board which is similar to the Ghana cocoa board no. Na gold board no on replace Emma Meje your friend say Bank
of Ghana PMMC.
Auntie woman on best support on be boa small scale mines nti wo problem bia just a dedicated a year omo ebe support omo hwe say wo nu adoa no ya tono at a competitive price any other day.
The time no aso na finally just a comment on this one more say na mo support and mo search o hinted du for mo na mo ma organized labor cost strike your comment on it na
this is so this the most disrespectful to organized labor mo hoda that day emrebia omo etumi ka omo etimu adwen no and e be say for omo say omo nkono and omo na mo search MPP na search organized labor mpanifo akukudam doctor for ne omo aye trade union adwuma dada decide omo nyina ahia ye to aba no efe NDC for na gaza monto aba no na mon strike na Ghana for service MPP for aya omo bu Ghana because you say ya adwen no asay it sounds 2016 almost succeeded by lying out to me by power. So almost say President Mahama the hotels were Dubai near there. The President Mahama some hotels and farmers supported free SHS. If you want to buy say a patch no cranny now in himself only hotel be by Chaco and the torso. Now more yes I did and yet politics should not be that should not some of us who want to go one year now I say hey a dirty game don't go in which is not good for people.
Very well. Oh, you're proud baby agalam say they are bedroom.
Me you're proud because me obia me yama and small scale mining air thrive small scale mining air boa because sika wonim sika say ye nya small scale mining ma infasudia ma so 40% of the 4.something million ounces of gold produced in 2022 no from small scale mining.
Okay. Doc, I'm grateful for your time. Say I don't pay will buy. Brado me no be dim komo. I don't pay. Mami na was. Mami shower so. I'm just stay with us. Mami ne Obatampa Prostate Center for any enkomomra. Beba ye beto aso. Ofa Maakye.
Obaba hana habana edene kakra but ya mi adum na mpese dem ba.
Okay.
Nse ma be. Said that in anim no Obatampa de positive ho adwuma na me ye. Enu ne yankopon adom ama me ho aduro me de bua adasa. Positive ya de bia ho aduro na papa. Dodo no a omo claim so omo ho aduro no ni ho aduro. Omo ni omo dwonso no mom na omo ho aduro but nye say positive ne betu ase de bibi ne ho saa.
Okay.
Enti no say ya me am saa adom no na mentumi fa anhye me ho na menta ho twen say ni baba bre wo saa kwane so. Na de bia me ka say positive Estatuwa ati said de odi ni de etuo asiwo so peso wo shutu we dey obekun because yade a the end result ye wo Estatuwa between do 10 years between the 8 years between 5 years still ano obekun and this will be team ATM se sia and make up to one sama only na sum team very well na we no otu anamo. The tennis is supposed to be idea. I am member with 40 years aircraft. With the 40 years aircraft, so the piano say, opposed to my say at the same. Now, crown make us at the same crown and do not better, but a hospital, alcohol, I have subject be and so not tell almost our problem. No, now, a statua, the decano, a ma, would you so pianajo? Mamma, would you so pianajo? And no call a conwan, Susan Subin said, but moi. Just on the counter say, Open so called you, sir. Would you, sir? One more why Hana would you say go home? And no chrono account now I'm on how you say go home. And was mamma said, just on the counter so could just hold you, sir. Quincy now to me, you soy. And one, yes, sir. A bit of you could just hold you, son, just on a baba pressure need you just now just let you a but call a project in the sir. Posted between what you so buja. A bit of what you so go home when him say, just what do. A bit of what you saw wabrekwan watching so you know and can say some no do be ma show bohamu no be na junso eso obahanumu obetu am watching you to say obeti say junso bi san wom nti wunya junso che ya junso wi enche bia na junso ni san do na ama junso very very frequently obetu am usisi ayo ya obetu am mama sam asay bu friend no erectile dysfunction obetu akosati bi enu na edidim adakro be sori no e ba say wo junso obekasa obejunso na junso ayi aka wayase na no na amamu akọ hospital a de be ye bitma ya ma on se edi roba be so obemam amu adwunso afa obemam mu e ba sa pe mama samai den esi untumi ko yiri oba ho bio na we aso kateta no kra no edidim because aso kateta no prostate na akofa asa ha no bai no we kira eye kase ko na prostate so hunam akwa bia ye kase a anase huna ni susu so ye ekuro ena ya na ye prostate cancer eye kuro sa kuro na di nipa no konse do no cancer na eba no na di nipa no konse no mpempi no wonya ekosati bi mu hospital edu edema o mu ye tamsulosin hydrochloride na finasteride sa do no eye duru a manage wujunso no shinke prostate no anaso se nye prostate no adwuma manage wujunso nda bra ugusu no madu ni na no na wujunso prostate kase na eye ko nti ba wani no na ajinsemu na no na meme nyamia madom nya duru a shinke prostate na kase ma ko fasa nzuzo ba no shinke no ma santi bia wo mu nya den efiri ho na no once the announcement and say kasebo na mbo nsesi ase so wo sa tibe nimu a ment na ho amane enkwa nimu sa sinso amakani na wu ba kokwa wa babu mu a to na mopo mechi akwan okay wo ba mamu oduro amu akonum ama post to na ikesu na ahrenke the only edura minim say a single post because me abra me me ko sa tibe nimu no minunum do bebre entumi antintam kusi se mi kwanya menya duro we enu menya shinke post to be sin de min ko bebia bia mu ameto a min dwin post to sa so so ba me nchen a boko so benya boko sa tibe nimu opa na mu adu ma no ma shinke post na why e free and wanya ya show me kateta oba ya mu adu mu no ma o mu adu na e be yi kateta na ma na ye ni pa ba ko na ma hwe mu sa kwan so ma hwe ni be mi tie mi ka say so obi tie mi a o sa tibe mu a me sa me ni age say ma bo sa kwan so ana obi bi obi na obi ni junso aka na yase esien fa no hospital ma yan ko won yan ko sen roba oba ma mu adu amu anom unum adu no junso na aka wa yase no obesa ta junso we na junso ni nya ba na fe na wasata ma mu adu na anu ma ashinke post ma wade ho enti say me ka say me ka post to wasama yese bia sabe papa so opa o ma so eye me enum de na mom me obibi papa bi ma obi o post street de bia me ka say so ultimate kan wo 90% heal ayasa o post to mu 10% ne say obetu na mo apamachi akwan because minim say do we ade ya minister of health ag wo ya health facilities ni mo Ghana ha ko bi no be sha kateta because ade mo enu no ma eshinke post to no ma esinda dem nda de ntin be kosoro ma sha kateta ne say ebe cancers say bin sida enti ultimate kan so post to home man ha ho enko ba bia obi o ba frɛ no obi ye no ba frɛ so doctor wo gidi se we do no tumi support tampa me say so wo gidi se hunhum yade because any pan we chinchi akoko meme bebre nti osusu se wanu no mndua anja antentam no osusu se bia hunhum yade na ma ka chance ma fo hunhum yade edo na hunya ye edo ba ma wo ho ato na hunya ye nti wo da bra baba no cherife no afrɛ doctor medase pa no odamase enti saa so na so wo tibe mu se me kan wo bunu obi a wo sa tibe mu so hu nipa so wadanfo ana obi a wonim so wo sa tibe manfa mayin kameno because the I tell you kase pa obi bit mama obi o yare post ni se obeche mechi akwan the greatest gift of between them obi o yare post pass the minim no obi obeche wo che mechi akwan a wa born papa because post no no hwaduro se am kan asaso no eni ho saa ti se wo timi kan na wo post ha mu a mechi akwan enye dene me no manie 0553 800 678 0553 800 678 no kaswa nyanya no kwan so baby di fifi prat last stop uduru ho a uduru kaswa bisa say yencho nyanu station uko nyanu station wakasa open 50 down taxi unsaka taxi na kechera ban so obi so obatampa usi wo obatampa junction so a free oba me ho meet mensa pa na wodu me ho etosu mi ne ya bie yakoba ya bie ni bi wo Kumasi yen Kumasi no ma pacho so Kumasi an so nin kwaso a fa no mo we 0249 another 49 61 66 0249 another 49 61 66 Mississippi 0249 another 49 61 66 who Western region southern Western region who pebia phenoma way 0246 04 34 58 0246 06 sorry 04 34 58 0246 04 34 58 ofra benye bi ho ena Kessben hey ayeti sesi America say oba ha Mr. Francis owo ase ho upebia won kokomemre circle Accra ene ni achimota poku ase upebia oba ha oben bi ato entinu me sre obi ase wo sa ti benimu a men nitifo se bi a metie usi kentina me pentina me tentiemu no eye omu a me pese me boa wo nti wutimi nka men twetwe won ase yansafo no to na mo papa chi akwan na wo ba ho beto
okay
ndo mase
Africa manu para Yesu bonorayo iva imitandazo yetu
Shabameda was in the Batampa Protest Center for so I say of our Wilson, thank you. I said that be a dreams fertility clinic for the I won't come on patrol. I won't go on. I will pay dear and pay SSL with the dreams fertility clinic for Edian Como or your bar fallopian tubes in Munina CC or your Bama low sperm count na ATT premature ejaculation. But you're doing your how. I don't pay more than I won't how you know no fakoda a year dreams fertility clinic for. Na woman natural method so ebeboa amba won so wawo afa ho afa wa adopay woni wo mo enim komo tema community 22 estate junction and abe ho wo for wo on 0597 225 388 0597 225 388 and after 0597 225 389 na when the dreams fertility clinic enim komo anopay wo mo ebeje wo so pa Embanon sase ho semo dia pacho ene yi se obeye fiewura ana obe land owner no eho hia yie pa nkra ha de pacho wo asase ana wa japade asonko enti mawonsan kabi na emascon estate for other roberti ensase ahodo pi na no ana wo mo ede ma ewo chopoli nkra ha pacho wo mo atetebu no so from 18,000 ye de aba 15,000 eno eye one plot from 15,000 ye de aba 9,000 eno eye half plot enti anopay bra na make a down payment of 3,000 Ghana. We are yeah month 6 months and now 1 year now what you mean that you anka any na no kakra anopay won pay we na wo pay there only a year the Mascon estate for any enkomo be hu omo e Waterma community 18 junction Spinters road no eso anopay speak to them on 0553 840 646 0553 840 646 and after 0553 838730 na when the Mascon estate in Como anopay. That's right. Bayport savings and loans, fixed deposit investment na back. Anopay baby a fixed deposit account na fawusika no ebetum ebewo edi amount. But your one amount interest ebe show credit pa. And no ebebo amount sika no aboho edi amount. Anopay wukita 5,000 Ghana cedis and above. Utimi be account with Bayport savings and loans. So, baby, for 3 months, 6 months, and as a 1 year, na yene wo enye ejuma emomo. But you're a businessman, or your union, or your association, individual, and pay woman no mopuno no mo ebi se mo betimi na mo be investment with us. across the country your branches no ewo baby a obetumi abo awura baby a na wakwa ye adwuma no wabi account no ewo ho eno achi no open sem yi munchiremu bebre ana question bi wo ho a wo pay ya no a esese woni report for edin komo na obefra wo mo on 0245 153283 0245153283 and after 0263007922 na woni wo mo ending komo Bayport the future is now and pay speak to them na wo mo ebeje wo Sadiq, it is Sadiq Heba Center for the Roma. From the Flex on 600, Heba Mr. No Eddie Abba. They will join Taya with Ya, Joe, Ayana, Otia Power, Waposo, sexual weakness na air house. And I say, Wapa Cote, Arabia, and pay Flex on 600, they do a Kajamu Yepa. Elephant Heba Mr. No Ewo, and you quick relief at the mouth. Teach you, I am more pounds, Coco, and I fear Yana Mote. Burning sensations ewo makoma ho kokumo ni nyina no anope wono no ye elephant herbal mixture to as 100% anyway Sadiq herbal powder ewo ho anope you be elephant ointment no wo de betwitwi wo sisi na afi waposo pain bia na ewo ni paduam anase ewo wo kase mo no anope sasa brodi nyina no oyiso elephant ointment a etu as ye prekope but your herbal shops ni nyina no ewo bi okọ eye kolinaka wo benya Mr. Herbal, a bill of Happy Dank Herbal, a bill of Freddie Mens. Kewo, Ubenya be ewo, Mama Becky, Ubenya be ewo, and pay when you want more any and come on. But from 0244 153 511 0244 153 511 and after 0557 997797 now when you want more any and come on. Mori Junction and I'll be home one more ebe tobo and I'll pay speak to them. It is a day we are reading it down as here ebe too. What's the bomb matching? Yeah, fine.
That we come now, they are sabe.
Okay.
Bibia ya fa what ya sabe.
They will go so cheche.
What ya sabe pa na do hold them na you have manu kra say adro. Kwame na kra.
About you so they on bet them.
Hey. Me na kra Kwame la say ketu ama me. But ya ba na ya ba. Ma me fa me no ma no.
We say I saw them comedian.
I bre na ma e kwan to ma me fa no manu. Na Kwame ya ba na ya ba. Na Kwame ya be shase no. Yama Roma father, Yama. I like that.
Bye.
Mamiyake.
Oh, yeah.
Unia on the radio so. And now on His Excellency Roma father. Yamia Domara kwete for semunimua. Me mama akua donko. Ghana Freedom Party. I appoint Roman father. I say random. Say last year the first one the woman be now went to me and can snap pledge no. Anna Adaka Breyes first yeah kaya so the enquire.
And then my menu mo.
Ka biti kra biti. Yo atie for Kwame. Ye dan kofo ase.
Amagana.
Yes I catch rom say. Adekwati e de amagana we da si ha no. Kwame je bibia. Se the Ghana for no any mama Ghana ne dada. Na afa no wate enka okope bia to amutie ne yi. Wo kwa amagana no ye de no. Ya tro e de agu ase. Yes amagana rice tie de yo.
Rice is so.
Rice so. E amagana rice. Oko baby des ya tro Ghana rice enya amagana. Kache nipa ne se uhia amagana. O kache so we susu te se amagana o se dabi. Me enya no bisi bi hia amagana, a rice Ghana. Wo do ka rice Ghana pe ena ma me fodi na mama bibia e la do frɛ me. Wo se o ka wo se ayi where you know me pesa be kaba be fa chebe. Na the way sisi ka rice Ghana na ye me de pa me se ya. Ade what can said ye canon. Say I lies Ghana and I'm saying waka obi ade obi bia mami waka now we 100% natural
pure one
aba Ghana rice a rice Ghana Kwame
that's right
Ghana haya
ade
dua no ena e pese wo Ghana ha ena ye tete no Ghana ha and ya sonne so Ghana ha say opa ba ohro opa ohro ho e ya ama Ghana rice Ghana ye fafra ma no na de aba eni enim de afrafra mu na Ghana de bia meka wo de hwe omo to abibiduro obi a no ho nkom aye mre ene di kan obi a bema waye stara na ya kofom enu ne etoso mienu obi a wanya bibiduro obi a wabi herbal hospital bia yes ankofo no ene di kai ni na ne se nuane akwa me di no junk food no doso the junk food ne dia fra bana ne dia ba no dia wudi na ayo hwehwehwam no kwa bi wudi dia dia fra fra mu o ena akofa susu aso dia bre no ama Ghana rice dia ye fa bibia afram dabi etu wudi na na esaw yare scientifically doctor for me atiase se abodiemu ehwebu for me atiase se baby ebia prekese a eba no wo bia mo e wo hwa ne se emo no fifi wo hwa wo so no so nya fa bibia afraba udi a na esaw yare eti Israel ne Ghana nko anso na yedua prekese a eba eti se Ghana yedua ama Ghana rice na se epesa wa ha ne so no so wa ha ne teteno wa ha ya bibia wa ne package no ha kwa udi na na esaw yare udi na na e boost immune system no eti yare bi da na oko a na hwete ne ko
ese we no bibia afram
na bibia afram eye natural eti se yare na so ho acha udi ama Ghana rice to so 2 weeks ye de aduro ka wa ne ko ama Ghana rice Ghana tetemo no ne yasa kofa de aba no kwame emo na de
no a wudina kire ho a wuti hwa
yes wuti hwa no ama Ghana rice ade adamu sonko de se enam se yemfa bibia afram ntino kwame wanu awie no a esi ho no enya 3 days 2 days a day de tia ne tie eye wese kama enti so enya tototo
ya yeti ye mai mu nana na ye benu ayemu awie na ani aye brown
kama
de ti ya ni sa video so wa fa white rice bi
de ade aba ye hunu ni ti hunu na ena no papa bi be ko restaurant bi ko di
sent bi a wo mu ya no de perfume na so mu de keke de aba
keke ne de aba me say ena no be ko restaurant bi ko di Kwame na emo na eda ho no Kwame emo no ba ko ti se pani mitimi kai mo no emo tete atenti bi na ti wesu frɛ hene ena no research bi aba ya ayi for food and drugs authority for kwesizi amu bi a obekai Kwame ye he ne rubber ne atwitwa Kwame ene ye ade asoso me ye hunum wo kuya toagu ama Ghana rice aba ebe correct all this damage ama Ghana rice se de akase helicopter be sai se eno na Christmas ne Kwame did because be fa bia ya ama Ghana rice kotokro be dom Kwame ye de be bow takrade market square ye de be bow asaf market Kumase Central Market Tafujom Amnajom Ekejetia ye de babo oba makola malata juma bablushi Kwame ye de babo ama Ghana rice enu no bia di Medina kwa de na menanka ama Ghana rice Ghana pebito ne di pati na mo apom de nya den ama Ghana rice say wudi na saw yare no no sika ese shobotom Kwame ne kwa de no se kwa de aya chese ade ensam obi ya nurse ni wagye a woton wokwa ayi ahomache wopoba wada 2 hours kakra no waba be party wahyehyɛ de bade te ho bana no akwa akoda wo bedanya ne na ya tobeto Kwame and no found sank wakatua police ni na agidu na no na odi beti no wase ha ziga ne kwa de ba akopɛ me wife tobi na mimi tobi ono no okumas ayi nkra ha ena ne wife child okumas wo so ono na ma ne wife hyase ono akra so asase ne onfane sankada katua fasika kuma bibra fa beti aso ye ye beje de ato Kwame 2 weeks emo ne besa beje efofro ne famfa so no etiawa Kwame one district one factory bi anche we say etiaba Ghana rice e de aba one district one factory na Kwame asebede de say ene 2 weeks ne nso
nasa
me say odi akodo kwaje $100 2 weeks no so Kwame acha 3 days 5 days acha pie na otwe nasa akwaje foforo ama Ghana rice nkwa because say so to enu ti na me de aba no me kire nkofo say eye se nete enkokofo yeda mo ase mo na mo beto ye nkra say ena nkokko du koforu dia enkofo bi asase a oba kwa print ade bi efe ne Ghana dabi muna mu yi asotre se nkofo bi di aba no mu susu se enya ama Ghana ukona so pa ama Ghana pe omu nka bibia ncho no matam di ama omu se we di ente ne sa eya ama Ghana rice etenkrafo no so asom entekubasi kobe som ama Ghana rice arise Ghana Kwame would dinner a sound yare
the premium rice on the Ghanaian market.
Yes mofa number we sisi a 053 70 39 464 053 70 39 464 and 020 76 197 020 76 197 ama Ghana rice arise Ghana Kwame so we ya wache we ya jollof rice we ya plain rice we ya ngamo we ya emutuo we ya rice water ama Ghana rice so we did wo fie we ya toma ni pedie ama Kwame wonya apomodene ama debi oba ba ama Ghana rice emu Ronaldo emu Lionel Messi emu Vinicius Junior emu Jamal Musiala emu Hurricane debi se o shapaneti dodo emu Jolaka Kwame ama Ghana rice arise Ghana emu Kwame Nkrumah Kwame what did o baby and so o shapaneti dodo debi se do ka ho ama Ghana rice e perfecto Kwame eye perfecto rice et won ka ho a ye fa won ka ho ama Ghana rice emu Kwame Appiah Kubi speaker omo akatachi afrifa ye dase ama Ghana rice arise Ghana mu ko pe bimto baby ada Kwame ade bi aba se ama Ghana rice no enyamo a ma betu bi koton kwa na mo ofri say waduma no soa to the stand say on run shift wonya kwa na won to a oso je fesika ne bra
na fa be shi
bra me business kwa na ekofo
so wan komo suma kwaje bo ya mekao metwa susu se mede kwa kotua mekwaya hwedo befo a yede ato office no mo kyerɛ sɛ omde misika na twane o